Yeah, stop posting to Facebook or Twitter.
We
need a better woman. She's sincere and everything, but she's not radical.
Good job. Okay, let's do one more.
Now's when I wish I knew some of those girls from the Madbury Gardens. Give them the microphone. They'll get these guys fired up.
What do we want? And then we'll say healthy. When do we want?
Hello, everybody. We're down here at 24th Street in Mission.
What do we want?
We're getting ready to march here on the Women's Rights March, and in a few minutes. So we're going to move up close here and give you a chance to see speakers.
What do we want? When do we want it? Okay, let's say healthcare. What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? Healthcare. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Healthcare. When do we want it? Now. Okay, equal pay. What do we want? Equal pay. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Equal pay. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Equal pay. When do we want it? Now. Great job. What do we want? Jobs. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Jobs. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Jobs. When do we want it? Now. Okay, education. What do we want? Education. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Education. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Education. When do we want it? Now. All right, I think we're fired up. Good job. Okay, so now we're going to hear from our next speaker, Michelle. Michelle's an organizer with the PSL, Party for Socialism and Liberation. Give it up for Michelle.
Thank you, Tony. I am here today, as Tony said, in our stand because the women's place is in the struggle. And I'm also here because I know that no politician is going to give us our rights unless we come here in the streets and demand them. We want jobs, we want education, we want equal pay, we want to have the budget cuts to be stopped. I'm also here because I believe that ICE, Homeland Security, and the police perpetuate violence against women. Oftentimes, ICE will come into families' homes, will go into schools with the assistance of the police, and they will treat the women and the men who are arrested with such great violence, tear up the homes. If we're going to have equal rights for our women who are here because they need to come here for jobs and opportunity, then we need to stop the deportation. We need to stop the violence on them that's perpetuated by ICE, Homeland Security, and by the police. The police are often going into the Mission neighborhood and the Bayview Hunters Point and attacking people of color, arresting them, killing them. We need that to stop, and no politician is going to do it for us. So I'm here to say, stop the attacks on women. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Michelle. That also reminded me, I know there's some teachers. Where are my teachers at? I'm a teacher here at Buena Vista Horace Mann, and many times, I mean, right now with, the cutbacks, women are always the ones that get affected the most. And it always happens where child care is the first thing to go. And, reproductive rights, they don't want to give us our rights to our own body, yet they're cutting and they're not protecting and serving our children. Doesn't make sense. The first cut is always to those that mostly get affected, to the ones in poverty, low income, and always the women are the ones that get affected most. So I'm very, very excited that we're all here in solidarity because we can't do it without our rights. As women, we need to unite, and I'm happy we're here. I'm happy to see a lot of men, in solidarity with us because we need to defend our rights. If we don't fight for them, no one will. So let's do a couple more chants. Hey Obama, what do you say? How many clinics have you closed today? Hey Obama, what do you say? How many clinics did you close today? Okay, let's do it again. How many clinics did you close today? This is a new one for me. Hey Obama, what do you say? How many clinics have you closed today? Hey Obama, what do you say? How many clinics have you closed today? Hey Obama, what do you say? How many clinics have you closed today? Hey Obama, what do you say? How many clinics have you closed today? Hey Obama, what do you say?
How many clinics have you closed today?
And let's go, how many schools did you close today? Hey Obama, what do you say?
How many schools have you closed today?
Hey Obama, what do you say?
How many schools have you closed
little louder. Come on, come on. Hey, Obama, what do you say?
How many schools have you closed today?
Hey, Obama, what do you say?
How many schools have you closed today?
All right, all right. Let's do a Spanish one. Escucha, escucha, estamos en la lucha.
Escucha, escucha, estamos en la lucha.
Escucha, escucha,
Estamos en la lucha.
escucha, escucha,
Estamos en la lucha.
escucha, escucha.
Estamos en la lucha.
Woo-hoo! Next time we channel, everyone turns. People are still quiet. We get pumped up. We're here. We need to be loud. Come on. Next person is Frank Lara. Frank is an organizer with the Answer Coalition, Act Now to Stop War and End Racism. Welcome, Frank.
Being one of the men here presenting, I do want to say first, let's give a round of applause to our sisters, please. A round of applause. I want to say our sisters, our mothers, the strength's really the rock of any society. And for all the brothers who are out here supporting your sisters, supporting your women, supporting the mothers, the daughters, things that are so important in our society and keeping the family close together. They do so much for us, and so that's why it's important for us to also be there. But more importantly, is because the issue around women gets blanketed by all the other crises, when it should be one of the things that are highlighted. 51% of women now make up the workforce. That's the majority of women. They're the ones who keep up the economy, and whenever the economy comes down, whenever their services slash, it is women who feel the brunt of it. So it is whenever we talk about the cuts to social services, we should talk about the cuts to women's services. When we talk about the cuts to schools, we should talk about the effect that we have in cutting the needs for future generations, for future women as well. And so out here today, it's important because in this society, when they try and divide us, it's for whatever excuse, whether it's between men, women, whether it's promoting a vicious sexist society, where it is the media giving airtime to representatives. I see here Representative Todd Aiken is a filthy swine. It's men who again get promoted and then they're allowed to say these sexist comments, ignorant comments on the media and get promoted all the time instead of trying to promote a culture where, like we see today, men and women standing together, they're fed up of the division because we know that divided, we're always going to be conquered. So I just want to say again, thank you so much for having us out here. Thank you so much for being out here, for showing your strength. We admire everything you do. We want to stand close to you. We want to stand next to you because obviously, without each other, none of this will ever succeed. We will never get real justice. So,
Thanks, Frank. When women's rights are under attack, what do?
Stand up.
Fight back.
When women's rights are under attack, what do?
Stand up. Fight back.
When women's rights are under attack, what do?
Stand up. Fight back.
What do?
Stand up. Fight back.
When women's rights are under attack, what do?
Stand up. Fight back.
When women's rights are under attack, what do?
Stand up. Fight back.
When women's rights are under attack, what do?
Stand up. Fight back.
What do?
Stand up. Fight back.
What do?
Stand up. Fight back.
All right. Okay, our next speaker is Gloria La Riva. Give it up for Gloria.
Compañeras y compañeros, quiero dirigirme a la comunidad del Distrito Latino, La Misión, a la comunidad latina que es muy afectada por muchos cambios en esta comunidad, en donde muchos están sufriendo el riesgo o el hecho de ser desalojados de sus apartamentos, sus casas. Y quiero explicar a todos que están escuchando que estamos aquí en este día que fue llamado por el presidente Obama como Día de Igualdad de la Mujer, y queremos que Obama y los demócratas y republicanos realmente se ponen de pie para defender los derechos de la mujer. Pero nosotros sabemos que eso no va a pasar hasta que las mujeres y hombres
década de los 70, cuando el movimiento de la mujer era tan fuerte, que hubo una enmienda, propuesta para la Constitución, para decir, enmienda de derecho igual para la mujer, y nunca fue aprobada por los estados como se necesitaba. 30 años, 40 años y todavía estamos exigiendo derechos plenos para la mujer. Y no solo eso, estamos bajo más ataque. Y la cobardía de los demócratas en no defender a los derechos de la mujer y también defender a los inmigrantes. Estamos viendo hoy, hubo varios artículos en el periódico de tantas familias, miles de familias con hijos aquí sin padres porque fueron deportados, o padres aquí, sus hijos deportados a Latinoamérica, porque el gobierno de Obama todavía no está actuando para detener esas deportaciones. Es por eso que solo ganaremos los derechos marchando, protestando, ocupando, desafiando las leyes de este país. Entonces, esos derechos incluyen el derecho a sueldo igual para todos, el derecho reproductivo de la mujer, incluso el derecho al aborto. Y no es que decimos que lo queremos, es una necesidad, y las mujeres por siglos y siglos siempre hemos actuado como era necesario, cuando había necesidad de aborto, ¿no? Siempre. Y también queremos exigir derechos plenos para la comunidad lesbiana, gay, bisexual y transgénera. Es muy importante. Nadie está excluida de esta lucha, este movimiento que las mujeres hoy estamos dirigiendo, pero todos somos necesarios. Gracias. Okay, new chant. So we're going, pro-life men have got to go. When you get pregnant, let us know. Pro-life men have got to go. When you get pregnant, let us know. Pro-life men have got to go.
When you get pregnant, let us know.
Pro-life men have got to go.
When you get pregnant, let us know.
Pro-life men have got to go.
When you get pregnant, let us know.
Okay, let's say anti-choice, because pro-life, they're not really pro-life. They're not really for women or babies. If not, they'd stand up for our rights. So let's say anti-choice men have got to go. Anti-choice men have got to go.
When you get pregnant, let us know.
Anti-choice men.
Got to go. When you get pregnant, let us know.
Anti-choice men have got to go. When you get pregnant, let us know. Anti-choice men have got to go. When you get pregnant, let us know. Good job. Woo! Okay. Our next speakers are Gabby and Noor. Give it up.
My name is Noor. I go to the 5th grade, and I'm in Fairmont, and my teacher is Miss Reezy. And I have cousins, a mom, a baby sister, and
John Noor!
I want them to get what they want.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Gaby y este es mi hijo Noor. Yo soy muy orgullosa de él porque él está aquí apoyándonos a nosotras las mujeres. Él sabe lo importante que es para nosotras las mujeres tener los derechos que necesitamos y que son nuestros. Los hombres no tienen por qué opinar de nuestro cuerpo. ¿Por qué? Es nuestro cuerpo. Entonces estoy muy orgullosa de él, de que él está aquí apoyándome. Mi esposo no puede estar con nosotros, pero está en espíritu. Y adelante las mujeres, seguimos en la lucha. Thank you, Gabby. So Gabby just said that no one has the right to control our body, we should control our own. And our husband's not here, but he's here in spirit. So thank you, Gabby and Noor.
Yay!
Let's go with the hey hey ho ho one. One of my favorites. Hey hey ho ho! Sexism has got to go! Hey hey ho ho! Sexism has got to go! Hey hey ho ho! Sexism has got to go! Hey hey ho ho! Sexism has got to go! Hey hey ho ho! Sexism has got to go! Hey hey ho ho! Sexism has got to go! Hey hey ho ho! Sexism has got to go! Hey hey ho ho! Sexism has got to go! Okay, now let's make Aiken go away. Aiken has got to go.
Got a great
hey
topic
hey
today.
ho ho! Aiken has got to go! Hey hey ho ho! Aiken has got to go! Hey hey ho ho! Aiken has got to go! Hey hey ho ho! Aiken has got to go! Woo! Good job! Hey, and with, sorry, one more. Do you want to leave? Go for it. Sarah's gonna leave. Woo, Sarah! Okay. No means no and nothing less. The way we dress does not mean yes. No means no and nothing less. The way we dress does not mean yes. No means no and nothing less. The way we dress does not mean yes. No means no and nothing less.
The way we dress does not mean yes.
No means no and nothing less.
The way we dress does not mean yes.
No means no and nothing less.
The way we dress does not mean yes.
That's right. Woo! Thank you, Sarah. So now we have Marianne. Welcome, Marianne. Woo! Thank you very much. I'm Marianne Thomas with World Can't Wait. This is kind of more of a personal statement that I want to make. I got two, and I'm going to do the first thing around the Todd Aiken thing. We had that great chant. We've got a sign. Representative Todd Aiken is a filthy swine. You can hold it up and twist it so everybody can see it. He's a filthy swine. But I want to give you another word. Smarmy. S-M-A-R-M-Y. I can't spell. Smarmy. The definition of smarmy has to do with a person who looks so good on the outside. And if you look at the politicians like Todd Aiken, handsome man, very attractive, very well spoken. Well, that's how he's seen in the Midwest. But what we have to watch out for, all of us as individuals, are those smarmy people who can twist you around their finger and make you think that they're going to do things for you. Because that's what smarmy means. It means the ability to say one thing and to do another. And to make you think that you're at fault, that it didn't work out, the way you thought. They can wrap you around their finger. The other one, real quick, is just personal. I have a t-shirt that says, abortion on demand without apology. Yeah. And I never had to have an abortion, and I'm very, very grateful. But my last child was very, very late in my life. Late enough that I worried about Down syndrome. So I had an amniocentesis with the intention, the full intention of having an abortion if it turned out to have Down syndrome. Now, you may say that, well, you want to raise it with Down syndrome. I was near a breaking point in my life where if I'd had another problem child, my first child had medical problems, and had I had a problem child, I do not know if I would be here today. So, the right to an abortion is what we all need. Abortion, let's say it with me. Abortion on demand and without apology. Abortion
on demand and without apology. Abortion, on demand and without apology. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Marianne. So just quickly, right now, we're going to start marching a little bit. We have a few more people that are going to come up to the mic. We have to keep it on the right-hand side or just one lane when we march. So let's keep organized. Let's all stay together. Remember, down 24th Street, and where are we going to end up? Who knows? Parte del Sol Park. Okay, more or less. I see some confused faces. Okay, just follow us. So we're marching a little bit. So now I'm very, very proud to announce that we have an artist, a fighter, an activist here from the mission. Her name is Maria Machete, and she's going to recite a poem here, and then over there at the larger rally, she's actually going to sing for us. So soy muy orgullosa de presentarles a una activista, una luchadora, a una artista aquí de la misión, María Machete, que aquí nos va a recitar un poema, y allá en el mitin más grande nos va a cantar unas canciones. So please give it up for María Machete. Thank you. Muchas gracias por estar acá. Es un honor ver a tanta gente unificada por el amor a la mujer. Ya no dejemos que sigan cortando esos presupuestos, por favor. Vivimos en una falacia, nos cortan lo poquito que nos dan y nos explican que lo están haciendo por el bien de nosotros. Y yo no veo ningún bien, veo una guerra enfrente de nosotros. Lo siento, yo no estoy ni estuve nunca a favor de Obama, no soy un académico, soy una persona, un ser humano que vive en este barrio y habla de lo que le consta. No puedo hablar de lo que no han visto mis ojos. Tengo 12 años siendo inmigrante en este barrio y sigo viendo las mismas caras de activistas y los mismos radicales. Welcome, thank you very much for being here. My name is Maria Machete. It's an honor for me being here, seeing you together, because we need to defend our rights. It's really like ironic for me being a woman and defending this. Did you forget that we are the ones who los parimos, pues? So, muchas gracias. Hoy estaba pensando en qué hablar cuando venía para acá antes de cantar y me quedé pensando esta semana mucho acerca de somos la extensión de los abuelos, somos la extensión de los ancestros, y desde que yo tengo uso de razón he leído en los libros que andamos de arriba para abajo como América. So we are the extension of our ancestors, we are the extension of our grandparents. So since I started reading books in Spanish and English, the history that I read is America is going back and forward all the time, like we don't want being here before. So it's not like a reclaim, but it's the truth. So I'm not speaking about something that I don't know. I'm speaking about the extension of the truth of my grandpas, you know. So no es una existencia, pues, la que estamos buscando, es una coexistencia entre todos nosotros. No es una independencia, pues, la que estamos buscando las mujeres. Es una interdependencia entre todas nosotras para poder lograrlo. So, les voy a leer un poema rápido y me van a hacer el favor de tenerme el micrófono. Esta poesía la escribí literalmente pensando con todo el respeto del mundo, decolonízame, por favor, decolonízame, porque cuando tú llegaste, llegaron tus abuelos y llegaron tus tatarabuelos y te contaron una historia que no era verdad. Yo ya estaba aquí y no me puedo ir. No nos mataron a todos a tiempo. Acá está el resultado de la colonización, acá está el resultado del mestizaje. Ojalá pues lo entendamos con mucho respeto y mucho amor. Decolonízame. Este se dedico a las señoras que andan allá en el bus presumiendo que son indocumentadas. Dice, yo soy la hija de los ancestros de estas tierras, yo soy el legado de las raíces debajo del asfalto, yo soy la medicina que cura tu veneno, yo soy la semilla que nutre la tierra, yo soy el aire, el fuego, el agua, yo soy el barro, la luna, la marea, la madre, la hermana, la abuela. Yo soy la heredera de las medicinas sabias y genuinas de estas tierras. Yo soy, no nomás la savia, la energía mágica de la fotosíntesis. Yo soy tu abuela que en las plantas te habla. Yo soy el olor del copal que te ha heredado el alma. Yo soy el poder del cambio en las palabras. Yo soy la vibración que eleva a los caídos porque soy la extensión de la energía sagrada. Soy un cuerpo de 33 años que canaliza 500 sobre su espalda. Soy machete, montaña, pluma y raíz. Yo soy dos espíritus,
soy tu dolor de cabeza, porque entre más golpeas, más fuerte se hace mi maleza. Yo soy la heredera de estas tierras, aunque te duela la cabeza. Yo soy la hija de los cazadores, de los pescadores, de los obreros, de las obreras. Yo soy el papel de los despapelados, la manta del violento. Yo soy la ventana para nombrar el golpe, el llanto, la muerte y el sufrimiento. Y después sanarme con mi propia semilla, a pesar de que extermines a mis hermanos y a mis hermanas. Vibración de vida que se vuelve muerte, muerte que se vuelve palabra, que funda una siempre, porque esta tierra es mía y de mis abuelos, de nadie más, para siempre. Soy la hija de los ancestros que habitaron estas tierras, que cuidaron estas tierras. Yo soy la hija del que inventó el fuego, del que caminó errante hasta encontrar las 4 estaciones y sembrar en el vientre de su mujer lo que hoy llamas América. Yo soy la hija del purépecha, del maya, del tolteca, del mexica, del maíz. Yo inventé la palabra California. Cuidar la historia. Yo soy del color de la tierra para recordarte que yo ya estaba aquí antes de que le pusieras nombre a lo que solo te representa a ti. No voy a pedir permiso. Sus términos de esclavitud, entre taxes y todo lo demás no los voy a repetir. Yo soy la hija de los ancestros de estas tierras. Yo soy la hija, la madre, la abuela, la heredera. Gracias. Muchas gracias. Gracias, María. Ok. Mujeres unidas jamás serán vencidas. Mujeres unidas
Jamás serán vencidas.
Mujeres unidas.
Jamás serán vencidas.
Mujeres unidas.
Jamás serán vencidas.
Okay, a little bit louder. Come on. Mujeres unidas.
Jamás serán vencidas.
Mujeres unidas. Jamás serán vencidas. Se ve, se siente. Mujeres están presentes. Se ve, se siente. Mujeres están presentes. Se ve, se siente.
Mujeres están presentes.
Se ve, se siente.
Mujeres están presentes.
Oh, anyway. Woo-hoo! So now we have Katrina from Affirm. Give it up for Katrina. Woo! What's up? Are you here with me, sisters? Yeah! So what we know is that the Republicans are playing the same old games they've been playing with us for years. And do we think that any of these fools who are going up for election care about immigrant women?
No.
Do we think that they have our issues on their agenda?
No.
Are they appealing to us?
No.
No. And we know that if we want any justice, we have to take to the streets, and we're the only ones who will be able to fight for it. I want to tell you a story about a woman named Grace. Grace has an abuser who's a congressman in the Philippines. And just like any of the politicians here who have their mistresses, he kept her in an abuse situation, and he called ICE on her. She has a deportation trial on September 24th, and we ask you, stand with women's rights. Stand with Grace. You can find out more information from us at affirm.org. But if we want justice, it's up to us. It's up to the women to demand it, because they do not speak for us there. ¿Qué queremos?
Justicia.
¿Qué queremos?
Justicia.
¿Cuándo?
Ahora.
¿Cuándo?
Ahora.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, once again, we are marching. We have just one more speaker after. And we're marching down 24th Street. Today is the National Day of Action to defend women's rights. I mentioned in the beginning, but in LA, Chicago, New York, and here in San Francisco, and in other cities across the nation, we know that women's rights are under attack from healthcare, reproductive rights, housing, equal pay, that we know we don't make equal pay, and so many other things, childcare. So we're here to demand our rights as women, men in solidarity. So aquí estamos hoy, es un día nacional para exigir los derechos de las mujeres, porque sabemos que los ataques contra las mujeres, de cuidado de niños, bienestar social, educación, todo eso nos está afectando más y más. Cuando hay un recorte, las mujeres son las que sufren. Every time there's any cut, women are the ones that are affected the most. So join us. If you're walking by the Mission here 24th, please join us. We're going to march soon, and it's not over yet.
So, the last speaker will be Natalie, who will speak quickly, and then after that we will join in and start marching. So give it up for Natalie.
Well, I'm an organizer with WORD, and WORD stands for Women Organized to Resist and Defend. And we're a new organization. We came together this year because what is happening right now to women's rights is an abomination. What has happened in the last year is just one attack after another. We see it in the halls of Congress, where they just introduced over 100 legislative attacks on women's reproductive rights in the last year. We see it in the consciousness of our young women. I teach 5th grade, and the women in my class are 9 and 10 years old, and they know nothing about the struggles we went through. I didn't actually go through them. The struggles before, the women before us, our mothers and our grandmothers and our great-grandmothers, to fight for rights that are now being chipped away every single day. The WORD called for a demonstration on August 26th, Women's Equality Day, and also on the eve of the Republican and Democratic National Conventions, not just in San Francisco. So there have been demonstrations in Chicago, New York, New Paltz, and other places around the country. We've already seen hundreds and hundreds of women come out to stop the attacks on women's rights. Woo! And I am marching today. I am marching today because I am a mother, because I am a teacher, because I am a woman. And as a mother, childcare is not provided for us. When I think about having to take care of my child, you think about it alone in this country, unless you have your family with you. And I work full-time. I'm a teacher. I see the women in my class, the young girls who are growing up without the support they need. And I'm here because I'm a woman, and I know as a woman, I get less pay than men do. But I do more work. Women do more work. They do the hardest jobs. They do what is called women's work. And then we go home and we do work, and it's not even called work. It's just what we're supposed to do. So I'm here today, and I'm so glad to see all of you here today. The women, the men, the young people who have come out. But I am particularly proud of the women who have come out today. If you look around, you see that we are here. We are ready. We are ready to fight for our rights in the streets because we know that that is what must be done. So, in a little while, we'll have a chance to carry our message out down through the community, down the street, and continue in a rally, which I hope you all stay for. Maria Machete will return to sing. We'll have speeches that are a little bit more in depth because we're facing a crisis. A real crisis for women today. And it is our responsibility to not just come out today, but to build a movement. To build a movement that when Todd Aiken says disgusting things about legitimate rape, as if any violation is not a violation, or when Rush Limbaugh calls Sandra Fluke a slut for speaking about birth control, or for when anyone in Congress tries to pass a law about our bodies, is out in the streets immediately, in the tens of thousands, of hundreds, of millions of people saying, you can't do that to us. We demand our rights. When I say women, you say right. Women. Right. Women. Right. When I say women, you say right. Women. Right. Women. Right. When I say justice, you say now. Justice. Now. Justice. Now. When I say justice, you say now. Justice. Now. Justice. Now. When I say justice, you say now. Justice. Now. Justice. Now. Okay, ready to march? Woo! Okay, so like Natalie said, we're gonna march. I think I've said it many times. 24th Street, del Sol Park. And on one lane, don't go to the other lane, you might get run over. We don't want that to happen. We need you in the street. Okay, so all together, follow us, and we'll keep chanting. Okay, we were walking and chanting. So we'll take it.
Escort. We're getting ready to go here. We're down at 24th Street BART Station for the Women's Rights March. in support of women's equality for wages, health care. You ready to take off? Just throw it in the bag. This is your favorite live streamer, I hope, Freeman Sullivan, bringing you the march in support of women's rights.
I got all the paperwork.
Okay. Yeah, I got a little extra energy today. I got my pal Stretch. All right.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, thank him. He's getting me around because sometimes I can't live stream when I'm trying to make my way down the street. So thanks.
They shouldn't wait. They should just go.
Yeah, no, take the street, man. Fuck it.
Yeah. Being polite. Stop being polite.
Let's try to get up to the front.
What's going on over here?
I don't know. They're waiting on the sidewalk for some reason. Oh, here we go. And we're glad to have you along for the march, viewers. If you have anything you would like to add, if you'd like to be on the chat.
Wait, you're going to go up the curb.
Yeah, no, that's right here. Right here. Don't worry, people, get out of the way.
Women will decide our fate.
Here we go. We're out in the street now, folks. We're headed down east on 24th Street. If you're in San Francisco, please drop by and join the march. We'll be concluding at Dolores Park at 18th and Dolores, 17th and Dolores. Come down and meet us. We'll be happy to talk with you. If you can't make it down, please sign on to the social stream and join me for chat.
I couldn't do that job anymore because I was so sick. But yesterday, I was supposed to see
Well, it's a lot better than yesterday. You guys were watching yesterday. I'm sorry, but I was so frustrated with the march that I had to leave. Now. Yeah, you're better getting towards the yellow line. It'll be easier to push. It's easier to push. That way the chair doesn't keep going down to the...
Hang on, slow for a second.
Right.
Now we can.
Okay. Okay, cool.
We're being polite again.
I know.
Polite.
Kathy, can you go a little bit towards Ainsley? Thank you. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you.
Let's see if anybody logged on for chat. Oh, we got somebody here.
Radical and wait for a stop sign. I mean, come on. We're being polite.
Yes, thanks for retweeting me and getting me out there. The Facebook feed is not being posted to, so get the word out there. We want to attract some more viewers. Thanks if you're doing this. This is a nationwide march. It's going on in 7 different cities that I know about, and New York, Chicago, Seattle, a few other towns. I know they've never been. I'm pretty sure that the women that are leading this march have never been on a radical action.
Yeah, they stopped for red lights. What the hell is wrong with you?
I know we got the crowd. We should be taking the street, you know.
Let's be polite.
Yeah.
Let's be radical. Walk right through it.
So guys, we also have cartoon city, you can follow him
At Freeman Sullivan.
at Freeman Sullivan on Twitter. Peter's let me use his phone.
That was nice of him.
Yeah, but it's an iPhone. I'm not used to that interface.
No, I don't like where
We're going to make it to 7
No.
to Dolores.
And I don't like it where the lens is on the iPhone either. It's too easy to get your fingers in front of it.
I already had that happen once.
And we got a police escort. Why the fuck are we, you know?
We are not going to get to 17th to Dolores.
Well, we'll get there. Don't worry. It's just going to take
We might
forever.
get it. Well, I don't know, but we'll never get
It's going to take forever.
Yeah, I was going to say, because they won't put up with that.
No. No, see, I'm bumping into people.
Yeah,
There's a lovely mural here.
Traffic.
Yeah. The Mission District here in San Francisco has some of the
Make a little show. That's what matters.
right has the loveliest some of the loveliest street art anywhere in the world. Tons and tons of murals down here in the Mission. It's really nice.
The temperature here is like 70 degrees. It's beautiful. I know the rest of Tampa's got a hurricane.
Good.
This might be the only place in the country where we got decent weather.
Generally is. We always have wonderful weather here in San Francisco.
Knock on wood.
Yeah.
Hey, baby. Stopping at a red light again.
I know.
What is wrong with these? Don't they have these?
Keep marching! Come on!
Go!
That's all right. Just
There you go. If you don't block traffic, and you don't know.
but she really needs to have her rear tire like that. Look how off center that bicycle tire is. Yeah, that's dangerous. She needs to fix it. How you doing? I'm doing great. Glad to be here, you know?
Yeah. Well, we got to make a turn.
We got to do something about Occupy San Francisco, though. I was there yesterday. It was dirty. The march was like not a march at all. It was like a chicken running around with his head cut off. And
What was the route?
it's pretty much rob. And it's like those kids down there are getting like harassed by the police 24/7. Homeland Security has regular meetings on how to deal with it.
Really?
Yeah, and it's just like it's not a good scene, and either it's got to tighten up the organization or it needs to go, right? Because quite frankly, it's an embarrassment, you know. And I've gotten to the point now where I won't live stream anything of they're doing.
Well, they've been a little hostile to you.
Oh yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
But I was down there yesterday.
Yeah.
I got my friends and allies down there, you know. Anybody who knows me knows that I'm very sincere about what I do, you know. Yep, that's right, viewers. You have a real, true revolutionary here. I come with character references. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm proud.
I saw that. Thank you. I'll try to get you to the price that Sarah will win again. She's just really interested in that.
Shit, now it's okay. There we go. Only Twitter's working. Oh well, Twitter's a better company. They got it more together. Facebook's falling apart.
It's all broke.
Yeah, Facebook is on the way out.
Well, there's a lot of companies like Facebook that fix us. Like MySpace.
Yeah, they went under.
They're still in business, but they're not like as big as they were.
No. That's because they have ugly.
Craigslist, MySpace. Facebook isn't the only person. Right?
No, I know. There's tons of them.
Well, it's like a fad. They come and they go.
There we go. Now we're moving down 24th Street. Ultimately headed for Dolores Park. We're headed for Dolores Park eventually.
We're never going to get there.
Yeah, we will. I'd like to say thanks to all the viewers for joining this live stream. If you have any questions or you would like to ask, you would like for me to speak with somebody here, log on to chat and fire away. That's the social stream, by the way. We got a nice crowd of about between 200 and 300 people here. Very spirited. Yeah, I got a very spirited march here. Sorry about that. I gotta get right in my chair, you know. When I was on the in Oakland for the marijuana march, right? I had I was streaming off of 2 different phones, one in each hand, and I made the mistake of bringing a blanket to sit on underneath my butt, right? I kept sliding in the chair, right? Oh, it was awful. With my butt, let me tell you.
Oh, we got a police escort.
Oh yeah, well.
I mean, complete police escort.
Well, this is a permitted event.
Oh, you got a permit?
Yeah.
Well, I feel bad.
So yeah, we're rolling down 24th Street. Bill's has got pretty good coffee. I don't know if you ever had their coffee.
Oh, I have. I've been listening to it. Over the years, I've been around here a long time.
Yeah, me too. Lots and lots of people.
America's Cup.
Yeah, today's the last day.
A bunch of rich people playing with their yacht.
Yep, basically.
Poor people love to watch. Billionaires, you know? It makes us all feel a lot better, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it does. And it's bringing money into San Francisco.
Yeah, I know. That's what they say.
Yeah,
millions and millions of dollars into San Francisco.
Yeah, I like to know who's watching it, you know.
Yeah. If you're going to 17th of Dolores, they are taking the...
Well, we're taking the circle. Yeah, we're going circular.
Yes, it is next week. Going on. That's a nice bug. Good deal. There's a full fan antenna. See the spring? Robert Schroeder would have loved that. I think he has a patent on the thing.
We're at 24th and Folsom Street, bringing you the live stream in San Francisco. This is Freeman Sullivan. You can tweet me at Freeman Sullivan. My Facebook, it's facebook.com/clark.sullivan. You can email me at freemansullivan@gmail.com. And you can call me after the stream is over, of course, at 415-499-2780 if you would like me to come out and live stream your event, which I will do free of charge. So,
where are we going?
We're headed down Mission Street. Don't worry about it.
No, I mean, where are these guys?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure.
You guys are turning into a...
This is a peaceful march. Unlike the last march I went to in the Mission District, which was a smashy. I didn't even bother to live stream it because I was threatened.
That the only way to change what's happening now is to come out onto the streets and demand a change and take what we deserve.
And I actually believe that smashy on the 30th of April in the Mission District was the work of government agents or anarchist dupes. Or dupes in the Black Bloc. It was not an Occupy action, and it wasn't an action that anarchists in San Francisco support. So, take it for what it's worth. Oh boy.
All of these cuts that have affected everyone living in this country have affected women to the extreme. And that's why we're out here.
Now, we'll be making a left here next pretty soon. Because we're going to hit Potrero.
Estamos aquí hoy porque estamos exigiendo los derechos de las mujeres. Estamos exigiendo los derechos de las mujeres. We're here today because we're here to defend women's rights. We're here to demand women's rights for national equality.
What's really interesting is she's twice now famous for when we did this day. Yeah, I did see,
Yeah, we have a lot of lefty groups down here at the march today. International Socialist Organization, PSL. I've always found the leftist groups to be too serious, taking themselves too seriously. They're authoritarian, and I really don't support them either, but, you know, we have to have coalitions. Woo, tired today.
Women's rights aren't just about reproductive rights. They're also about
will decide their fate.
We'll take a left here pretty soon. Just be patient.
Another place to take a left. We're going all the way to the trailer.
Well, that's not where we're going to end up.
We're going there.
No, we're going to Dolores Park, bro.
I know, but we're headed towards
well, yeah, but we can make a circle. We're going to.
I know this.
Got another beautiful mural over here to the left. This street is actually very famous for murals here. And everywhere you go, there's murals. It's lovely. I love street art. Sure.
Here's the theater.
Oh yeah, well that's a dinner theater now.
They ruined it.
Well, it's making money. They got a lot of. They ended up getting a lot of subsidies from the city. Better than spending the money on the police force. They already get too much money. Now, why is it that our government always has money for guns, but never enough money for things like art and schools and child care and education? it's really pathetic, really. Yeah, I'm going to have to check out this software because it should be posting to Facebook and it's not. Maybe I'll give Zuckerberg a call and tell him how crappy his company is. Your programmers aren't doing their job, right?
The biggest investor in Facebook sold everything.
Yep. Oh, he's a real piece of work.
No, they didn't name the guy.
Yeah, his name's Peter Thiel.
Who?
Peter Thiel.
Oh yeah, that's right. The guy who started that space thing.
Did you ever see the movie?
No, but
about Facebook? That's pretty good.
No, I never did.
You should. It's worth.
You know what he did though? He sold it for like $19 a share.
Oh, he lost big time.
No kidding.
I'm glad. I hate capitalists.
Yeah, he cashed in.
I don't hate him, but
so that makes you wonder. If the biggest investor backs out, what's that say about the company?
It's falling apart.
He bailed out.
Yep.
I guess he figured he better get what he can while he can.
Well, I know of there's a lot of employees that are bailing on Facebook too.
It's true.
It's time to move. Yeah, we got to make a left here.
That's what I was saying. We gotta.
And what are we gonna do? Climb up the Potrero Hill?
They changed it. We're not
Who
going
the hell's
to
leading this march, man?
We're not going to war. Told you.
All right, well that's fine with me.
I know it's a park in the park, right?
Yep. Right down there.
So I figured.
We'll see.
He said we would never get here.
How many views you got?
Oh, I don't know, about 8 or 9. I didn't do any advertising. My Facebook stream is down. It won't post to Facebook.
And mine hasn't been having a problem today.
No, mine does. I don't know what the hell's wrong with it.
You were talking shit about what's his name?
Yeah, Facebook, yeah.
He shut you off.
What a bunch of assholes they are, you know. Although I do know some people that work at Facebook and they're nice people. But it's capitalism. Let's get from behind this guy. I don't want to. There we go. They're doing good. If you'd like to chat with me or ask me any questions, you can always log on to the social stream with your Twitter, Facebook, or Ustream account. I would actually very much appreciate it if you did. Let me know what my live stream looks like because my producer's not feeling too good. Yeah, I keep saying error posting to Facebook. I gotta check it out when I go home. See what's wrong. And let them know if they can't get their trip together, but I'll just move to another live stream, company.
Yeah, they're going to.
Yeah, screw it. Okay, we are going to that park. They said we were going to Dolores Park, though.
Well, you know.
Yeah, whatever, yeah. Needs to be a little tighter.
Because I think, if you were going to ask me, I think the cops mixed it because they don't want that traffic disruption.
Yeah, well, it's not their call.
Well, yeah, that's the way I think about it.
No, it's not their call.
They're stopping for red license trace.
Yeah, I know. Well, they're not militant, that's for sure.
They're not militant enough.
Because freedom isn't, a lot of people think that freedom is something that's guaranteed in the Constitution. I'm sorry, it's really not. If you want to be truly free, you have to seize it, and you have to carpe diem, seize the day. And that's what freedom is about. Freedom is not earned, freedom is earned, not given, especially here in the United States. So, I'm feeling a little pricier than I did yesterday, that's for sure. I think that burrito I ate is finally starting to kick in, Yeah, Mission's a great place for burritos. As a matter of fact, the burrito was invented in the Mission District. So remember that. I got a big hole coming up.
Women's rights! Now! What do we want? Women's rights! Now! Women's rights! Now! What do we want? Women's rights! Now! What do we want? Women's rights! Now! What do we want? Women's rights! Now!
Yeah, if we stand around and we wait for our leaders, the people that the Americans, they're not my leaders, but people that people voted for to do something, it ain't never going to happen. All right, we have to get out in the streets, we have to take direct action, and we have to make things happen. And that means, viewer, that means stop watching my live stream on occasion and come down and participate in these actions. Right, we need you, we need your friends, we need everybody to come down. So glad you could join us. Yeah, there's about 200 to 300 people here. I'm actually pretty good. I've been at so many of these things now, and I'm a good guesstimator. Ho ho! Sexism has got to go. Hey hey! Ho ho! Sexism has got to go. Hey hey! Ho ho! Sexism has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Sexism has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Now, for all you male viewers out there, what do women's rights have to do with your situation? Well, they have a lot to do with your situation. These are your sisters, your mothers, your aunts, your grandmothers, your fiancés, your wives. So if they're not free, how can you be free?
Showing cotton candy.
Hey, hey, ho, ho! Sexism has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho! Sexism has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho! Sexism has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho! Sexism has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho! Sexism has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho! Sexism has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho! Sexism has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho! Sexism has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho!
Oh, I get up.
Sexism has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho! Sexism has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho! Sexism has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho! Sexism has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho! Sexism has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho! Sexism has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho! Sexism has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho! Sexism has got to go. Hey, hey.
Beautiful day out here in the Mission District, folks.
Sexism has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho! Sexism has got to go. Hey, hey.
He was really funny. But sometimes I wonder if somebody might
Yeah, I'm actually back on my feet again, viewers. Walking around, I'm very happy to be feeling better. My health has been coming back in gangbusters.
When I say women, you say right. Women, right. Women, right. When I say justice, you say now. Justice, now. Justice, now. Justice, now. Woo-hoo! Okay, so.
That was an awesome march. Now we win.
my chair? I gotta sit down.
Come up! Walk up the hill with us. I know it's a funky hill, but it's a good hill. I'm an organizer with WORD. Women organized to resist and defend. And we have come to this park today to speak more about the crisis that faces women.
Bring the chair.
The issues of women's rights are varied. There are many things that we are facing as women in society today.
Roseanne Barr for president.
Of reproductive rights, poverty, and justice.
You can tweet her at the real Roseanne on Twitter.
And we're here today to speak about those different things. And excuse me. And to begin, what we hope to do is to build a movement capable of the kind of march we just saw, not just in San Francisco, not just in Los Angeles, not just in New York, but in every small town and big city across this country.
That's right.
That is what we need. We need a movement because we know that a couple hundred years ago, we as women were considered property.
That
tens of years ago, we weren't allowed to have a divorce or sign for a credit card. That our births and our health were swept aside, and every single law, every single change was won by us, by women and men in the streets.
That's right.
And we're not here today to say to the Republicans or the Democrats,
boo!
We are here to say, we don't need you!
Yeah.
We don't need you at all because we will do it ourselves in the streets together as a massive movement, and that's what we're going to start today. So I want you to ask you to sign up, to get involved, to come to the next board meeting, which is on September 9th, and become part of building a women's movement capable of stopping every single attack on our rights.
There you go.
Hi everyone, my name is Nancy Mancias with Code Pink Women for Peace. Where are my Code Pink women at?
She's one of my Facebook friends. Nancy's one of my Facebook friends.
I'm just going to say hi. I'm actually going to pass the mic on to my sister Janet Wheel, who is totally awesome and an amazing activist and just an absolute vagina goddess.
What an introduction. Well, I'd like to say thank you to Nancy Mancias, who is fresh off the Diane Feinstein fundraiser. And I think Nancy and some other people gave Lady Di-Fi some supplementary information that they need. So check your news later
Diane
for that.
Feinstein's no friend of the women's rights movement. That's for damn sure.
Because we say solidarity and justice with the women of the world.
You hear that, Diane? You're no feminist.
With reproductive rights, with economic justice, with environmental justice, not only for the women of this country, but for the women of the world.
I encourage you.
We stand in solidarity with the women of Afghanistan. For example, Malala Julia, who says to NATO and the U.S., get out of my country. We will deal with the Taliban and the other warlords. We stand in solidarity with the women of Iraq who are dealing with the horrible, the horrific economic, social, and environmental effects of war and occupation. We stand with the women of Pakistan, and Code Pinkers and others will soon be going on a trip to Pakistan, including to Waziristan, to say end the drone attacks. No more killing by drones. This morning, I saw 5 photos of my Code Pink sisters and one brother in their vagina costumes in Tampa Bay, Florida. And they were on a street, and some cops came there, took a look, and the cops were just so weirded out, they left. They've been doing interviews and talking to the local Republicans and rearranging some mental furniture there, as we do everywhere. So I will end with
saying what's on my sign, which I carry everywhere, and I'm going to be carrying it to New York City for the first anniversary.
Yeah! I'll be there.
17th, Occupy Wall Street.
Occupy Wall Street!
Please say,
yeah!
freedom is stronger than fear.
That's right.
Freedom
is stronger than fear. Freedom is stronger than fear. Yeah.
Muchas gracias. Thank you.
Gracias, mi amiga.
So, as we remember in Michigan, when the member of the assembly went on the House floor and she said the word vagina, and she was silenced by the head of the assembly for saying the word vagina. Vagina is not a dirty word, so let's everyone collectively, let's say vagina! 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 Thank you. Thank you so much. When women's rights are under attack, what do? When women's rights are under attack, what do?
Stand up, fight back.
When women's rights are under attack, what do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do?
Stand up, fight back.
When women's rights are under attack, what do?
Stand up, fight back.
When women's rights are under attack, what do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do?
Stand up, fight back.
Woo-hoo! I have a speaker here from Word in Sacramento. So Word, for those of you that don't know, is Women Organized to Resist and Defend. We just started recently because of all attacks on women. We're trying to start a movement, so I'm so excited that so many different groups and organizations came in solidarity, because we need to come together to defend women's rights. So please help me in welcoming Autumn from Sacramento.
Yay!
Hi everybody. Before I actually say what I want to say, I just want to say that I'm really glad to see everyone out here. It's really inspiring to see this many people come together for something, especially given the timeline that all this happened right after Aiken said what he said, what Romney and Ryan are doing. This gives me hope for the future of this country and any spawn that I may have in the future.
Not Romney,
I want
Bobby.
everyone to look around.
Whether you vote for one or the other, they're the same person, basically.
Look at who's sitting near you, look at who's standing near you. Look at the different faces you see here. And I want you to look back, turn around, look at that sign back there. It says familia, this family. Everyone sitting here, standing here, is your family. Whether you see it biologically or in some other way, this is your family. This is our community. And our community extends beyond the people in this park, beyond this city, beyond this state, beyond this country. We live in an international, a worldly community. And we need to remember that when we're out here protesting, whatever we're protesting and fighting for people. We're not just fighting for people here locally, statewide, nationally. We're fighting for people all over the world, because what we do here in this
we like
country
smoking pot here in
affects
San
people
Francisco, folks.
Everything we do
we like
spreads like
smoking pot in San
contagion.
Francisco. See, San Francisco is one of the few cities in the world where you can smoke pot out in public. Nobody will do it. It's great.
To shake hands and get to know each other.
we always assert our rights all the time.
Do not be afraid of people. This is what activism is. It's getting to know people, forming relationships, and getting things done together. You take care of yourself, you take care of the person next door to you, and they go on and take care of other people near them. When I first came here, I noticed something that kind of bothered me. I saw women of color like myself coming up and leaving because of some reason. Yeah, kind of awkward. I want to see more and more brown, yellow, red, orange, whatever faces here. I want people to remember that not all women make 70 cents per every dollar a man makes. It gets uglier when you break it up by ethnicity. Do I need to elaborate? Do people know? I don't think people know. Generally speaking, it's 70 cents all across the board for every dollar a white male makes to a woman, all women. When you break it down by ethnicity, it drops to about 65, 62 cents for African American women. When you go to Hispanic women, it drops down to a depressing 58 cents. Asian American women, it varies depending on their immigration status. Something I really have not had to break down, so I won't get into it. But I'll leave it up to you to go research it on your own so you can become informed. These things are out there.
I don't believe that.
I really want people to remember that when they're out here protesting this. We need to have people talking to people who don't look like them. Do not be afraid of someone because they do not share the same skin tone as you. You don't know what that person's like. Now I know we as human beings have comfort levels and we tend to flock to people who we think are like us, but it's time to break down those barriers. That's how we got in this situation. Everyone needs to reach out. Everyone here is family. Like I said in the beginning, we're all family. So remember that when you're out and about, don't be afraid to talk to someone because they dress different, their hair is different.
Yeah, their hair's different.
They smell different. Talk to them. You never know what might happen. It might turn into something beautiful.
Yeah, we like that advice.
Thanks, Autumn. Not the church, not the state. Women will define. Sorry, not the church, not the state. Women will decide their fate. Not the church, not the state.
Women will decide their fate.
Not the church, not the state.
Women will decide their fate.
Not the church, not the state.
Women will decide their fate.
Not the church, not the state.
Women will decide their fate.
Woo-hoo! So now we have Amy Gray from Sisters United for Survival and Radical Women. Please welcome Amy.
I just like the idea of a soapbox, so I'm up here. Hello, sisters and brothers. Happy Women's Rights Day! I am Amy Gray, and I do work with Bay Area Radical Women, and I'm the coordinator of our grassroots campaign, Sisters United Front for Survival. Clearly, women are under attack. In California, the cuts to social services deny poor and working class women the very basic necessities of daily life. In the United States, access to abortion is restricted, while we have to run around reminding rich white men of what real rape is. It's all rape. It's all rape. It's here in California and around the country, state legislatures are adopting anti-immigrant laws, relegating women and men without documents to the precarious informal economy. The whole economy is precarious. Imagine the informal one. Internationally, women are dying and children are dying from bombs and bullets that are stamped USA. Not to mention that practices like honor killings, the refusal to educate girls, and state and domestic violence are destroying women's lives.
I apologize.
So, in today's economy, the 99% is under attack, men and women. And when working people are under attack, let's just say it, women are the hardest hit. Today, over 40% of families headed by single African American, Latina, and Native American women are in poverty. I'm a queer working mom, I'm a public employee. My partner and I try to raise 2 kids with wage cuts, furlough days, rising healthcare costs. And I know in this racist and sexist system, women of color are hit the hardest of all.
That's right.
So what do we do?
Fight back. Yeah.
That's first, and we're doing that. Another thing that we do in Sisters United Front for Survival is we don't buy the lie that there's not enough money to pay for human need. So voting to rescind the cuts to the CalWorks program, which is a very modest program that helps poor parents, mostly women of color, and children.
I'm not real big on paper.
Let's restore it and expand it.
I do everything
We say tax the rich, end the wars, get rid of the 3 strikes law. We can use the Pentagon dollars to provide social services and jobs. We fight these austerity measures just like the students in Quebec and Chile are doing. And we fight austerity measures just like Greek and Spanish workers are doing.
My viewers out here,
here in the United
I don't really
States, we've
support
got
voting all
Latina
that much,
feminists who
but
are
when you vote on
boldly creating
propositions,
Tucson
that's a good
Freedom
thing.
Summer that just took place to defend immigrant rights and ethnic studies. Feminists defeated anti-abortion measures on the ballot.
That's right.
And let's not forget teachers. There's a lot of teachers here today, and a lot of them are women and women of color. And they are fighting not only to save education and their jobs, but they are making all the connections about why we need to not let schools be privatized. So there's lots of great examples of what we are doing and need to be doing. Now's the time to build a socialist and feminist fight back.
Well, I don't know about socialist.
We need one that unites the anti-war,
socialists,
labor, racial equality, immigrant, welfare rights, student, and queer movements. We need to create one that tackles racism, sexism, and homophobia head on. And really, we need one that demands a society where wealth is shared, all are sheltered and fed, and quality childcare and education are free. So to end, let me tell you, there's a very important thing coming up. Radical Women urges everyone to support the Durham-Lopez Freedom Socialist write-in campaign for President and Vice President. These candidates are boldly anti-capitalist and uncompromisingly feminist.
Vote for Roseanne, the real Roseanne.
They're longtime fighters for immigrant rights and against the wars, for affirmative action, remember that, environmental sanity, quality education. Their slogan is vote for the greater good, not the lesser evil, and I agree.
When they did the talk there,
let's keep fighting. Please work with Radical Women. We were born out of the civil rights movement in the 60s, multiracial women's leadership training organization, and we seek the voices and leadership of those who are hit the hardest and have the clearest view of what needs to change. So come to our meeting on Thursday, August 30th, the Sisters United Front meeting, and map out a militant campaign to save CalWorks, and let's finish the revolution that our foremothers started.
Thank you so much, Amy. So now I know we heard Maria Machetes recite a poem. Now she's going to sing for us. So Maria Machetes is an activist, an artist, a fighter. Ahora tenemos el orgullo de nuevo presentar a María Machetes, que nos recitó un poema allá en la 24 y Misión. Ahora nos va a cantar una canción. Es una luchadora, una activista, una artista. Con mucho orgullo les presento a María Machetes.
Gracias. I'm super sick. I was like with this flu the entire week, and that was the reason because I was double thinking about the system of health in this city. I was thinking about if I want to spend like 10 hours in the emergency room versus drinking the medicine that my grandma told me that is going to take care about me. So I don't know. I'm going to sing a lot, but I'm going to read the last poem. I don't have a translation with me today, because usually what I do is I read in Spanish, and I have besides of me like a big panel with the subtitles, but not today, sorry. I'm going to sing this song. First of all, can you please help me with something? Repite conmigo, please. Repite conmigo. Women, awake to your power, please. Women. Women, awake to your power, please. Latina, you are the medicina.
Latina, you are the medicina.
Universal woman, you are the medicine. So we are the medicine. Don't forget about it, please. We are. So voy a dedicar este poema a todas las mujeres que trabajan en un hotline. Gracias por resistir. Gracias por estar acá. Las Amazonas del nuevo amanecer. ¿Cómo crees que llegué hasta aquí? ¿Te has puesto a pensar en mí alguna vez? No como cifra, no como una más, como una inmigrante que está acá, que sufre y que llora con un cuerpo de humano, no como una cifra más. ¿Cómo crees que hice para llegar acá? Sobrevivir y tener la capacidad de estar irritada, pero no volverme psicópata. Aunque, ante todo, reconozco que después de todo lo que han visto mis ojos y soportado mi historia personal, todo ese rezago emocional se ha guardado en mis músculos, en mi ser, en mi espíritu. Y no vería por qué no reaccionar con el arma en la mano y postularme hacia una guerrilla. Pero no es así. San Francisco me ha enseñado el híbrido de la paz y el amor, a pesar de todo el envenenamiento de Monsanto y de lo que nos pasa.
Monsanto.
Gracias. Pero ¿sabes qué? Estoy aquí para romper el silencio de todo.
Romper el silencio es lo que me apresura. Las ganas locas de dejar el toxic shame atrás. Las ganas locas de romper la vergüenza tóxica que me hace sentir tu opresión. Don Obama, mejor fíjese bien a quién le aprieta más el calzón. No me alcanzan los dedos de las manos y los pies para contar la de veces que alguien pasó por mi cuerpo sin consentimiento. Aprendí a volar con el cuerpo pequeño y un alma gigante, pues admiro más a la niña de 30 años atrás que a este adulto que se cree que tiene que creer porque alguien más le dijo o porque le pusieron enfrente la TV. De niña, nomás volaba creyendo en el piquete del estómago. Me guiaba el son de este corazón, pues en el pueblo donde yo vivía no había manera de influencia comercial, no había para comprar y no había para televisión. Hoy conozco un batallón de mujeres sobrevivientes. De entre todas sus aliadas, amigas, hermanas, conozco solo unas cuantas a las que verdaderamente les creo el amor a la cura, a la causa, al activismo. Cuando observo su amor tangente, su paciencia ante el desarrollo, su habilidad por no juzgar para crear cambio, las amazonas del barrio, esas, las necesarias, las guerrilleras cotidianas de la luz, las que nos siguen pidiendo una sonrisa, las nuevas monjas del amor, las somáticas, las esperanzadas, las positivas, las del brillo en el ojo porque están pensando en cómo te van a ayudar, las que ante un hecho cruel y desgarrador hacen un chiste cínico y después de una actuación polite le ganan la batalla al diablo o a la policía, pues. Se limpian el azufre violación con miel de justicia, acción, estación, oficina, teléfono, mensaje que invita a las demás a dejar de temer y a valorar el centro del ombligo, a pesar de lo que fue. Las amazonas del nuevo amanecer son de colores, de todos idiomas, y aunque se saben muchas canciones, un día las soñé cantando a todas entonaditas la misma canción. ¡Que viva la revolución de las mujeres! ¡Que es la única independencia que hace falta en este planeta! Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias, Maria. So, let's do a Spanish chant. Escucha, escucha, estamos en la lucha. Escucha, escucha.
Estamos en la lucha.
Okay, we have to get louder. Escucha, escucha.
Estamos en la lucha.
Escucha, escucha.
Estamos en la lucha.
Escucha, escucha.
Estamos en la lucha.
Okay, much better. Woo woo. So now we have Magic from Occupy. Welcome, Magic.
Go, Magic.
Hello, everybody. I'm from Occupy. We're occupying the whole planet. Occupy Earth. Does everybody know who Pussy Riot is?
Yeah.
Does everybody know what she said? They said?
Yep.
They said, let the Virgin Mary become a feminist. A young woman came up and asked me, she was concerned, was I advocating for religion? And I said to her, all of the feminist icons must be pulled out of the state and the church and liberated.
Yeah.
What if the Virgin Mary mythology was that a woman felt there was so much violence happening that she was going to give birth to a man by herself? That'd be an interesting story. We need to go back to the original word of occupy in this land so we make sure what we're reclaiming. Occupy America was a takeover and an enslavement of the land and the people of this place. Let us not forget that. Women's bodies are like the earth's bodies. The way people rape the earth is the way they have raped us. Their ownership is a fancy word for enslavement. If we want to go back to the feminist roots of goddess cultures across the planet, what they called it was not matriarchy, but matrifocal. That we centered around the woman because through life came through us. And whether you choose to have children or are brave enough to choose not to have children if you want to, it is women that have loved and cared for people throughout time. So let us remember that it is love that is our power. Fear permeates our culture right now. You cannot logically dissuade people when they are afraid. They must know they are loved. They must know they are part of a community. This is what Occupy is doing, forming small communities in all our places. Occupy Bernal has saved 15 from foreclosure.
Occupy!
Occupy Richmond and Occupy Noe, and we're going to occupy this until we take it back. But please, let us not slip into hatred. Let us remember that love is fierce.
Yeah.
Angry.
Yeah.
When you speak, imagine there is a child next to you. Do not teach them to hate, to call names. Do not let them bring you so low as to hate them. Let us be strong in our power. Let us be loving fiercely, unafraid, and knowing that the earth itself is with us. This is life. This is our strength as women. Never forget it. On Monday at 6 p.m. at the Women's Building, Occupy Forum will be hosting Jihan Abu Ziad. She was one of the leaders of the revolution in Egypt. She will be talking about women's rights in relationship to Egypt and the revolution around the planet and how we need to stick together. Please come. It's free. It's organized horizontally to have discussions among all us so we learn.
But they don't let live streamers in there.
Please learn true direct
They told me
democracy.
I couldn't live stream an Occupy Forum.
Thank you.
So that's why I don't go.
When I say women, you say rights. Women.
Yeah, I don't go because
when I say women, you say rights. Women. Women.
Yeah, I don't go to.
When
I don't go to public events to do that.
Rights. Women. Women. All right, all right.
I thought about going down there.
We have,
If
you have a petition to force Aiken to resign, can you please raise your hand?
I thought about going to the
so we
forum.
have a few petitions going around. Word has, our website is
because it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous,
defendwomenrights.org, defendwomenrights.org.
I'm out here trying to bring the message out to the people,
to force Aiken to resign
they're not
from the
letting
race.
me, right?
You have a second, please sign a petition because he's got to go. So now we have Evelyn Martinez, a teacher from Fairmont and also an organizer with the Answer Coalition. Act now to stop war and end racism. Please welcome Evelyn.
Yeah, Evelyn! By the way, other than the forum part, I'm in 100% total agreement with Magic. She's one of the wiser heads that prevail amongst Occupy.
Estoy manifestando hoy porque nosotras como mujeres somos más de la mitad de la población y hacemos los trabajos menos reconocidos como trabajo que se merece un pago justo. Hacemos los trabajos que muchas veces se considera trabajo de mujeres. Esos trabajos son limpiar casas y oficinas, cuidar a niños, cuidar a los ancianos y los enfermos, cosechar en los campos y cocinar y servir la comida en los restaurantes. Algunos somos maestras y trabajadoras sociales. Son los trabajos más básicos, pero igualmente necesitadas para la función fundamental de nuestra sociedad. Después de hacer estos trabajos, llegamos a casa y con la poca energía y tiempo que nos queda, hacemos lo mismo en nuestras casas, limpiar, cuidar y dar de comer a nuestros hijos y familiares. Aún así, sin recibir un reconocimiento y agradecimiento por esas cosas que hacemos todos los días sin quejarnos, tenemos que enfrentar a la vez los ataques de los políticos conservadores que nos quieren quitar nuestros derechos básicos y juzgarnos. El republicano Todd Aiken dice que el embarazo nunca resulta de una violación legítima de una mujer. Eso no es cierto. Ya sabemos que el embarazo de una violación sí ocurre. Todd Aiken piensa que el aborto no debe de ser legal en ningún caso, incluyendo debajo de casos de violo y abuso sexual. Y él representa los pensamientos de los republicanos. En vez de agradecer como amenazas de quitarnos los derechos sobre nuestros propios cuerpos en restringir los abortos. En el 2011 había 92 nuevas restricciones basadas en 26 estados restringiendo los abortos. Además de eso, como mujeres, tenemos que pelear contra el racismo y leyes contra los inmigrantes. Estamos aquí porque nos teníamos que ir de nuestros países
We make sure people
por
get
el
taken care of most of the
imperialismo
time.
y guerras racistas de los Estados Unidos.
That Occupy
La
stuff?
máquina militar de los Estados Unidos ha sido la
Well,
causa
maybe
de
not.
muchos
I'm talking about stuff we
sufrimientos de
organize.
mujeres. Estamos
Right?
aquí para la
We always
igualdad
make
de
sure
las
people get
mujeres
fed
y
and
para
whatnot,
concluir
right?
quiero decir que tenemos que
I'm a
construir
stickler
un
for that, you know. Feed
movimiento
people,
hoy para mejorar
make
las
sure there's plenty of water,
y
right?
los quiero invitarlos a todos, mujeres, hombres, niños y niñas, en ayudarnos con este trabajo. Gracias.
Right.
Somebody has to go pick
Pick it up, yeah.
I just want to reiterate something I said earlier, which is we're called this demonstration so that we can call out for reproductive rights, so that we can call out to stop the budget cuts, so that we can call out to say full equality now, recognizing that women, as over half the population, as Evelyn said, do the hardest work for the least pay, that when the budget cuts come through, they hit us hardest. And Word is committed. We will build a movement
Yeah, which is about maybe 2 or 3 people at the Occupy. And you know, I've opened my home up for people to come and take showers, and there's only been one person that ever come over to take a shower, right?
The legislation in the Congress, we will be there along with all of you and everyone else who came out today
I want to take my jacket off for a minute.
to say no more, to say defend our rights.
It's hot out here.
And Word is a grassroots organization. We are no volunteers. We have no paid staff. I come in after I go to school. I come in on the weekends, as does every other Word organizer. And we're going to ask you today to help us in another way. We're going to ask you today to make a donation to support the work of building a new women's movement. There are buckets coming around.
Well, it's cost me money to be here.
You may put whatever you have, whatever donation you can make. And as you're making the donation, think about it this way.
Thank you.
We aren't appealing to the government, to the Republicans and the Democrats to give us money because they wouldn't. Our interests are opposed to theirs. We want full equality, women's rights. So the donation you make today goes to pay for banners, flyers, placards, the sound system, the things that help us build a real militant movement.
Let me see if I got a butt.
If you would like to make a check, you can make it out to Word/Puff, P-U-F, and please make a donation today. But more than that, join us in this struggle. Sign the petition, get a flyer, come to the next meeting, and come to the next protest.
When women's rights are under attack, what do? When women's rights are under attack, what do? When women's rights are under attack, what do? When health care is under attack, what do? When jobs are under attack, what do? When education is under attack, what do? What do? Woo-hoo!
Yay!
Okay, our next speaker is Lauren Funiesas from Affirm. Please welcome Lauren. Woo-hoo!
We got a lot of speakers, huh? Hey!
My name is Lauren. I'm here to represent the SFA Africa Bay Area chapter of Affirm. We hail from Oakland, Hercules, Pacifica, and I think Marin County over there too. So we represent all of the Bay Area and all the women out here. So what I want to say today is, sisters, this August 26th, as we take to the streets, let us bear in mind that now is the time for a response to the full-scale attack on women's rights and women's equality. Now is the time to defeat this war against women. Now is the time to demand respect for what we've gained through our struggles and even more rights beyond what we have.
He's not a horrible person,
Now is the time not only to push back, it is
but he's a horrible organizer and he needs help.
The current war against women underscores the needs for the
women's
movement to rise up.
As far as the website goes, I'll help him code.
Years,
I'll show him some code.
We have managed to gain our
I don't
right
mind
to
doing
vote
that.
and be involved in public discourse.
But
Our right to equal education and training, our right
he's taking on too much responsibility.
our right to unionize, to get equal pay for equal work,
They keep
and
running
our
away from me.
reproductive rights and access to reproductive justice.
They're scared of my
But
camera.
we need more, and therefore we need to do more. Because
I don't know why
the point
people are
of the
scared of the
struggle
camera.
is to
This is,
end that which threatens the earth. 1. Societies built on accumulation and profit generation.
Yeah,
2.
boo.
Societies built on private property. It's been 1,500 years of eradication of the rights of women, our physical integrity, our right to
Genocide.
public space, and our right to public discourse. We need to remove class, gender, and race exploitation. This means an egalitarian society that nurtures our children and our habitat as part of social responsibility. It's been a long struggle, sisters, from the time when women became the first form of private property, but we were almost there. As we see civilizations and societies built on class and patriarchy totter and come apart at the seams. Let us ensure that we are not cheated of our rights in the coming cataclysmal transformation that looms in the horizon. Arundhati Roy said it best, a new world is not only possible, she is on her way. On a quiet day, I can hear her breathing.
it's inevitable.
As women of color and daughters of immigrants, and this means you two white ladies because your ancestors are immigrants too,
Everybody's an immigrant.
we
Even the
ask
American,
you to
Native
rise
Americans
up.
are immigrants.
None of the Republicans or Democrats are going to fight our issues. There is a woman named Grace Grande who is fighting abuse and has a deportation trial on September 24th. We know that deportation for Grace Grande means death. If you stand with women's rights and for women, please stand for Grace. Now, are we going to defeat the war on women?
Yeah, we're gonna win. You mean?
Are we going to stand for women's rights?
Yeah, that's right.
Are we going to stand with Grace?
Yeah.
So, if you can, please sign our petition. We have ladies in purple walking around. Thank you.
Yeah, bring it on. What was the website?
Why the ruckus? Why the trouble? A woman's
I haven't heard one
faces
person
in the
mention their
struggle.
website yet.
Why the ruckus? Why the trouble? Why the ruckus? Why the trouble?
I like the gym.
Why the ruckus? Why the trouble?
Well, I'm an anarchist, so you know.
Why the ruckus? Why the trouble? A woman's faces in the struggle. Woohoo! Okay, our next speaker is Marianne, and Marianne is an organizer with World Can't Wait. Please welcome Marianne.
This is the RCP, folks.
I'm short, so give me a
World
little
Can't
time
Wait is
to
an
fly.
RCP organization. This is a nice lady, though. I've talked to her. She's very dedicated. But the RCP,
My statement
I don't support the RCP when I
is abortion on demand without
Well, she's a
apology.
nice lady, but her
We
group
are
that she
here today
represents,
standing together in
Right.
outrage
I worked with them in the past.
a very real war on
Authoritarian to the
women
max.
going on today. Very fundamental and liberating victories that only a few decades ago won basic rights and freedoms for women are under reactionary assault. Today's protest actions are a message to all women and men, all people of conscience. Wake up, this is an actual war. We cannot afford to lose because this war truly aims to forcibly enslave women. Many of us have watched in horror as anti-women legislations sweep the United States. And now they are even attacking your use of birth control. They don't want any family planning, period. And these friggin' MCPs, male chauvinist pigs, who supposedly represent us in Congress talking about rape as if it was birth control.
yeah, somebody should rape them.
The fact is that a woman deciding that
Yeah,
she does not
I'd say
want
that.
to be
I don't believe in
pregnant for
violence, but-
whatever she chooses is reason enough for her to be able to
Take
have
them
an
on a
abortion.
deliverance.
Fetuses are not babies, abortion is not, and women are not incubators.
No, not at
So,
all.
join with me again. Abortion on demand without apology 3 times. Abortion on demand and without apology. Abortion on demand and without apology.
Abortion on demand and without apology. I can get behind that.
World Can't Wait. Escucha, escucha, estamos en la lucha. Escucha, escucha.
Estamos en la lucha.
Escucha, escucha.
Estamos en la lucha.
Escucha, escucha.
Estamos en la lucha.
Escucha, escucha.
Estamos en la lucha.
Woohoo!
So now we have Deborah Benedict from Senior Disabled Action Network. Please welcome.
Yay! Being disabled. Yay!
Yes, she's my shill. I'm dressed as I am today to remind women here that women of the 1910s up to through the 1920s were the people who were able to see this movement, which started in the mid-1800s, through to the constitutional amendment, the 19th Amendment, which guarantees women's right to vote. That's a long struggle. And here we are in 2012, and women are not guaranteed equal pay for equal work. And why is that? Of course, because the Congress organized the misogynists and capitalists to keep women oppressed so that they could keep the machinery going to keep 50% of the population, of which many of us are here today, oppressed. I wanted to share with you the successful technique of the woman who is credited as bringing home the 19th Amendment. Her name, Carrie Chapman Catt, born in 1858, died in 1947. When Elizabeth Cady Stanton began in Seneca Falls, New York in 1848 with women's demand for the vote, Carrie Catt, in 1920, when ratification of the 19th Amendment to the United States Constitution was finally achieved. As Susan B. Anthony's hand-picked successor to lead the national suffrage movement, Catt engineered the final push to victory with equal measures of organizational and tactical brilliance, doggedness, and velvet diplomacy. In 1913, Catt took charge of the state suffrage movement in New York. Following 2 intensive campaigns, the movement secured, in 1917, women's right to vote in that state's elections. In her second term as president of the National American Women's Suffrage Association, Catt developed a comprehensive plan for achieving national women's suffrage via constitutional amendment, and her relentless attention to every aspect of its execution in Congress and the states was widely credited for the 1920 victory. Having foreseen it, Catt also began laying the groundwork a year earlier for the educational organization established as the League of Women Voters. I ask you today, use the techniques of unions. Educate, agitate, organize. Come together, influence your friends and neighbors. Allow them to understand how women's rights are human rights, and by not denying the rights of 51% of the population, oppression in this society is continued and perpetrated on a world level.
Emails at the bottom here. The Anti-Monsanto Project at fastmail.com.
When I say women's, you say rights. Women!
Oh yeah, here we go. I'll be in New York, but September 17th at 6 a.m. all day in Davis.
When I say justice, you say now. Justice! Justice! When I say justice, you say now. Justice! Justice! Woo-hoo!
Yay!
Now we have Adriana, a senior from Oceana High School. She's also a founder of the PSU, Progressive Student Union. So please welcome Adriana.
Yeah, another most evil corporation on earth, Monsanto.
Hi everyone.
No, I think they win the prize.
I'm from the Progressive Students Union at Oceana High School, and what it is, it's a student-led club at school where we fight for social justice and inform students on what's going on today. And so the reason I'm marching today is because I'm 17 years old, and I am going to start my adult life, and I want to have access to birth control, and I want to make choices for my body. And I believe that every woman in any situation should be able to decide what they want to do with their body.
Personal autonomy, my friend.
Be able to decide whether or not she wants to she's ready to have a child or not.
That means a woman has the right to choose. Right? It's a fancy way of saying it.
So also being young and being a woman, I have met many people and
the
many
world's
men
overpopulated, there's no doubt about that.
who didn't understand that we're equal. And
oh, do them scientists that we all think know what they're talking about? Don't.
And so I'm saying this so we should help men understand and people understand that they do not benefit from oppressing women, and they'll benefit if they join women in the struggle.
You got a little shaky there towards the end.
When women's rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back. When women's rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Fight back.
Woo! Okay, now we have Megan Adams from the PSL, Party for Socialism and Liberation. Please give it up for Megan.
All right.
Woo woo!
Good afternoon, San Francisco. Happy Women's Equality Day.
How much do you love me?
But I think that all of us that are here know that we haven't reached equality yet. And that's actually why we're out here in the street.
Well, actually, I'd love you more if I didn't give you one.
We all know why we're out here marching today. It's because of the sexist and the uneducated, ill-informed statements by Representative Todd Aiken and Rush Limbaugh, to name just two. The attacks on women's access to contraception and abortion, the cuts to our social services that we need in order to provide for our families, the fact that we are still paid less for equal work, the discrimination we face as mothers in the workforce, and the fact that 37% of single mothers live in poverty, the belief that the way a woman dresses makes it okay for her to be harassed or assaulted. And because of the racism, the bigotry, and the sexism that beats us down and works to divide us from one another. That is why we are all marching today. We know that the reason that we're out is because every right that women have won has had to be fought for and wrested away from the capitalist political establishment. Like signs out in the march today have said, no politician gave us our rights, we took them.
Sorry.
And we are here today to have our voices heard. We are building a movement of women and men. Thank you, shout out all the men in here, that are ready to fight back and say, enough is enough,
we won't
go back.
Already being represented by,
we are building a movement that is ready to fight to protect the rights we've gained and to win the rights that we haven't yet attained. But a key thing we need to remember is that under this system, our rights are never given. The capitalist system can do nothing for women but play a malicious game with their health, their safety, and their livelihoods. This last year has been a testament to the fact that a woman's rights aren't protected. They are instead constantly vulnerable to rollbacks, just like the rights of all workers and oppressed people, and are left purely as negotiable tokens in the political arena. Women have a need, like all workers, to be able to take care of ourselves and our families. Our fight is a fight for full reproductive rights. We need safe jobs, quality education, affordable homes, safe environments, and accessible and comprehensive health care. We are building a militant movement to beat back against the right-wing attacks on women's rights, a movement that tells this system that it can no longer turn a blind eye to the needs of women. But we need more in order to, we need more than just a movement in order to end the endless cycles of victories and defeats. Where working class women, along with our working class brothers, will decide what is best for the majority of society, and that is socialism. It is only under socialism that our needs are guaranteed rights and not privileges. This year, the PSL is running Peta Lindsay for President of the United States.
Roseanne Barr for President.
Peta is a young African-American woman who, just like all of us here, is out of the streets today demanding an end to sexism, racism, and bigotry that fosters these attacks and perpetuates these inequalities. So check us out. We have a table in the back, and get involved. The stronger our movement, the more we can accomplish. Join us in the struggle for true equality and the liberation of all women and all workers. Thank you.
Thanks, Megan. Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Sexism has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho!
Sexism has got to go!
Hey, hey! Ho, ho!
Sexism has got to go!
Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Sexism has got to go! Woo-hoo! And it has to go. I'm fed up of walking and being scared that someone will say something to me. I'm scared of those sexist comments, so we need to unite, and sexism does have to go. So, excited we're all here. Next speaker, we only have a few more, is Sarah Ismail, and she will be speaking on behalf of Answer. Please give it up for Sarah.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. I would just like to say a few things to you. The women's status has always been an indicator of development and how, developed the country is. Well, the United States has made it seem to us, or they're trying to fool us into thinking that we're better off than other countries. Oh yeah, I have a bag. Well, what have you heard about Iran this past year? Just think about it for a little bit, okay? Iran has one of the best family planning programs in the world, and the United States will not tell you that. Okay, and then Egypt, for example. I've been to universities in Egypt in engineering programs where women make up half or more of the students sitting in those classrooms. By contrast, if you go to UC Berkeley in the EECS department, the engineering department, you'll find just a handful of women who are embarrassed to ask questions in their classroom because they're much of a minority. I studied public health at UC Berkeley, and I was appalled by one of the debates that we were having in class. It was on health insurance, and the professor was asking us, should women have to pay more health insurance because they can have babies than men do? And I was appalled that this was even a question. I was very,
Well, it's all factored out.
I studied maternal and child health, and all my peers who were in the maternal and child health program stood up and said, we're not going to take this. We're not going to have you to ask this question. I'd just like to add, if you're looking for an alternative to the Democratic Party,
we're dwindling down
on a side note, one of the most offensive and inappropriate comments that was ever told to me in my life was at a private Democratic club in DC where all the congressmen hang out and the representatives. It was by a lobbyist. I'm not going to say it right now, but if you want to look for an alternative, please visit the PSL table and the Answer table this Friday, August 31st at 7 p.m. On 26th and Mission Corner in 2969. We have a forum, a public forum on how we can fight back and further defend our women's rights. I hope to see you there. Thank you.
We need reproductive rights. We are here and ready to fight. Okay, new one, ready? We need reproductive rights. We are here and ready to fight. We need reproductive rights.
We are here and ready to fight.
We need reproductive rights.
We are here and ready to fight.
We need reproductive rights.
I'm over the 2-hour limit here. I'm going to have to shut down for a second and archive my video here for you. So I'll only be like about 15 seconds, okay? So just hang on, and I'll bring the